Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me alright. So let's see here. Can't see the chat, unfortunately. Why? Well, there we go. Cool. Good morning. So, kind of cool. I'll wait for people to pop on if anyone knows. So we're on the 5-second over here. I'm just curious if we do that. A higher time frame. So let's see here. Alright, so let's see here. We got 4 hour. Get rid of this one. So then let's go to here. Let's make these 1 hour. It's kind of cool. All right, see if we can scalp some bugs. Actually, that might be in the way. Man. We'll see what happens. Kind of a slow morning. Be a short day anyway. But, just looking at my main, or actually I want to do overnight real quick. So, what's the key number overnight? I like to use the 4 hour as my main guide. So you can see nice double bottom at 02 and just cruised up. So that would have been a beauty. 02. I think I caught a little bit of that in demo. And then, it pushed beyond the GANs. So that's why I turned on, well, I'll turn that on. Yeah, this is the 4 hour, but then you can see later on a nice kind kind of a triple kind of head and shoulders pattern. Right, but really, who cares about the pattern? More or less that it failed to get down to 228, failed, and then ultimately, it came down, basically sucked all these shorts, and then so this 228 was probably the key number pretty much all night, because right there, 4:40 Eastern, what a perfect opportunity to go long right there. You might not, that candle was pretty fast, but you definitely could have re-entered on this one where it retested again, so you could put in a limit order here or just go market, and then you're having your stop just below this candle. So if you get in here, that's if you got in little late, then you could scalp from Gann to Gann, and then you could scalp from Gann to Gann. So we're kind of in this consolidation. So then earlier, this would have been maybe a tougher one, but you definitely could have scalped almost Gann to Gann already, right at 7, just Gann to Gann. So now, we're up at this kind of, definitely not at the daily high, which kind of like the track, because, can we get back to 227, or 277, sorry, 277 is the high. So that's where I almost have to go over to the daily, because 4 hours it's pushed up the 4 hours. Hasn't created a new pivot yet. So if we do the daily, then we'll do that. So in the daily, that 35 is still, it's a little bit different, but not much too much different, because it was like, 228 was, but then so on the daily, what a powerful number, 35, and then you can see it bounced here at 35. It didn't even get to 35. So now I can get rid of this actually, because basically, are we playing between? We're in these two daily, right? If we turn on the 1 hour, see, so the blue is the 1 hour. So now, same concept, but now you have some more data points, and you don't have to be as aggressive. I mean, you're not going to be as aggressive on because you're just going to go Gann to Gann. But you can see how it didn't even break 222, right? So if you didn't catch this, you could have gone long right at 36, Gann to Gann at 50, right? Perfect hour Gann to Gann. And then another hour Gann to Gann, and then another hour Gann to Gann, and then it couldn't get up to the stop that stalled at 69, and that might have been a tough one to catch, but either way, look at that. So you have Gann to Gann, then it failed to get below 36. So we know 36 is probably the main number of the day, right? It broke up pretty much. This is a zone, right? So this area is kind of like the key, obviously. So I'm kind of I'm bullish until it proves me wrong, basically. So if it can hold 30, I'm not saying I just short it immediately, but obviously 36 needs to hold, right? So 36 needs to, that's kind of you can see how you can just play out these Ganns. The markets can open here in 10 minutes or so, but it's what a beautiful Gann. Gann, it's typical fashion, just playing Gann levels. If I could trade all night, I would. We're going to probably get in the opens where it gets a little trickier, obviously, because then it just starts jabbing away. And then of course, being a short day. But yeah, we're just going to play some levels already. I don't trade on the holiday. Our holidays are short days, so I won't be on my live account today just because I don't need to trade my live account every day. So, and I just don't like trading on days like this. So maybe I'll change down the road, but for now, I'm happy on just doing demo and practicing. So I hope you guys are well. A couple people that are on. Oh, let's see what this is kind of cool. So I updated the Pro 5 to Pro 5, so it allows you to. So if you get to, let's say you want a 5-minute chart, but you want to use boxes, should work. So let's say you want to use the boxes that are on a 15 second. Maybe I need to work on it. I know it should be, in theory, it should work 5 seconds. Yeah, it looks like I need to do a little work on that, but it was working on the other ones. But anyway, so you can use the boxes on, use the smaller boxes on a different time frame, so it's kind of cool. It looks like I have a little bug to work out. Because if I do like 1 hour, this should so it does work. It's just I want it to work a little bit better. So yeah, it does work. I thought it did. Yeah, so that'd be a 30-minute, 5-minute box, 30-second box. Yeah, this is working. Let's get to a 30-second chart. I don't, obviously my bias is always over here, number 1, right? So levels are everything for me. I did add these. I mean, it's only a 30-second chart, but I did add some confirmation. It's kind of a cool new indicator, so you can check it out. It has some pretty cool stuff with it. You can remove some of the filters, and then it gets a little crazy. But if you just add maybe just the MACD, and it's pretty cool. But if you're looking at, it's really a bullish market, so the shorts I'm not really paying attention to. So like you can see how you're getting I'll do 10, just do 1, and that's too many. And obviously it's 7 minutes before market, but the theory is if the way I trade GANs, if you have confirmation, you're just going to trade GAN to GAN. And if you're wrong, you know what your risk is, right? That's what I love about GAN levels. I guess it is only micros. Actually, I'll get rid of that one. I want it to be over here. And this isn't my favorite time frame to trade because it's kind of crazy on you get stopped out because I don't love trading right before the open, but that's the theory of it, and that's where boxes aren't perfect, or GANs aren't perfect. And actually I was fighting my my box here. So the box is actually bearish. So in theory, with bearish box, you're looking to go GAN to GAN down to, so from 50 down to 36. And then it'll be interesting to see if this 36 can hold. Wouldn't surprise me if NQ does some sweeps, or who knows, right? I think you can do anything here in the next 5 minutes here. So we shall see how this works. Yeah, I went GAN to GAN, and now we're pressing down. Maybe we'll get to 36 or below, I'm not sure. We also have this major one at 222 to watch out for, but 36 has been the main one that's touched, it blew through it here, like I mentioned, stalled. A lot of contracts sitting right here, obviously. So now we'd already failed it here once, and now we're right back very close to it again. Let's go over to NQ. So, yep, 3 minutes till the open. See what happens here. Oh yeah, look at that. It's just a beautiful Gand again. So it's already, wow, it's perfect. So yes, testing that 36 right now. This could be the, see if it holds. That's where it can be tough to get entries because, you never know what's going to technically happen. But this could be a great entry. I'm not telling people to go long here, but we know this zone is, right, there's a lot of orders here. So a lot of interest in this area. And it already blew through all these weak longs. So cleared out a lot of those. So sometimes what I'll do, not always, but I'll put on a small risk near a level. I got in a little late. I like to be as close to the Gann area as I can, knowing that, especially with the open coming, this could easily sweep me, right? So you just know that this is, for me, not an A+ trade. I'm just doing it because I want to practice, and again, it could work, it could not. That's the way it goes. I just know that this area is a really critical area. So, but we know NQ could decide to sweep and then do what it wants to do, especially 2 minutes before the open. So, but I'm just interested to see if this 36 area can hold. That's what I care more about than anything. It didn't really let you get to entry. That's one thing I was noticing. Like, it came down, but it did not really let you get in. Like, it was bouncing so fast that getting like an entry right here was almost impossible. It came down, like, unless you were just happened to be just perfect, but it almost made it impossible to get a good entry there. Now, of course, you could do anything. Now I could sweep, who knows? But I just know that this area is, like I mentioned, this 36 is a definitely pretty good area. But you could easily see NQ coming in, right, sweeping all these guys out. Like that. See, like that. So, especially at the open, NQ loves to do that. Loves to sweep these. Loves to sweep orders like that. Sometimes it just jets off and you're golden, but a lot of times it does this very thing, right? It's just going to take out a lot of these weak longs. So now I'm curious, can now the 22 hold? We already know the 36 is still a critical area. I don't think it's over with, personally. But yeah, with President's Day, it's kind of a wonky day. And with levels, like anything, if you're being aggressive, you're going to take a couple of lumps. That's just, I would be on micros normally, but, and I could do on, regular minis too, because I have that size of account. But yeah, it depends on the size of your account and, what your risk tolerance is. But for me, I want to see if this 22 can hold. NQ is being pretty tricky, but shortened day, who knows? Is 22 going to hold? It's already pretty much swept these guys a little bit, but it's only 1 minute in. So yeah, can the now it's testing it. Oh, nice! Look at that. It's gonna get down to 23. That's beauty. Look at that. So I'm gonna try the same concept as I did before. Low risk. Now I know that it could still keep, could still be selling off, but again, I know my risk, right? I'm gonna be below this GAN area, and this is where I'm okay being wrong. I have a level that I like. I know the 22 it's a 1 hour GAN, but plus the market swept these kind of lows, right? So it just came down like a vacuum, just sucking all these weak longs right out of the game, So yeah, it sucked all these guys out, all these guys out. And not saying it's not done. I mean, it could easily come back and still do, But I just love this 22 area for now. If it can hold, I don't know. It's so early. It could keep on heading south for a bit. Like this, I'm taking some heat here. And this might not hold, but all I know is this 22 is a critical area, but it could definitely keep going. It could sell off. Who knows? Yeah, see, so it just swept me out. I might re-enter in a minute here. Yeah, dude, big move down. I mean, big move. It just swept everybody. That's where it came down and just took me out just perfectly. It's ridiculous. But, NQ so early, you're going to take some lumps. Yeah, it just came subtly down, and, can the 22 hold? I don't know. I feel like it has a chance to hold. So that's a big risk trade. 8 contracts. Yeah, that was a nice. If someone was, that was a good scalp down for sure. 100%. It's a beautiful NQ play, sweeping all these guys out. It's hard to play the liquid squeak game myself. I mean, I like levels, and yeah, you can do it as you practice with your boxes. I mean, your morning could be already done. If you were playing it right, GAN to GAN, you got 2 hour GAN levels, and you're done. So that's where you practice the levels, and you get where you get comfortable with it, and it can be really, it can be fun. Of course, you're going to take some licks here. I mean, not every level is going to hold, but and I'm not using a ton of confirmation. I mean, this is actually still kind of bearish over on. Yeah, see, that's where it hasn't held yet. It still hasn't broken down totally. It's just, to me, it's still taking out. Let's see if it holds here at this 05. That's why I'm on demo today, because I don't love trading on short days like this. But if it holds here, I'm going to wait for the next candle. So I already had 2 losses trying to play the level up, but I already knew NQ would play some weird games on a short day, so that's why I'm on demo, not live. But look at that. 1 GAN, 2 GAN, now we're working on 3 GANs on the short. So can 07 hold now? That's the critical part. And last time it was at 07. So that's actually kind of where the market opened last night. So that's a pretty big number, right? Definitely a big number. Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows what NQ's going to do this morning, I just know that this 07 could hold. Could. I think it has a good chance. We'll see. This 07 definitely is an area that, I mean, that was a beautiful sweep of all these dudes, man. Beautiful move for NQ to do that. But yeah, can the 07 hold? It might not. So far the longs have not held up. It's testing it for sure. But what, we're only 7 minutes in, so you know, the trickery is definitely not over yet. So yeah, maybe is he going to sell off? Who knows? Can the 07 hold? So far it's taking a little bit of heat, but and now we're at 0. That's where it's kind of nice to use these boxes for your entry instead of like me trying to be aggressive. You can definitely, if assuming this could just totally fail, of course, but sometimes it is nice to wait for more confirmation than me just sniping in on these levels. That's where whatever you use for confirmation, either as a MACD or I tend to be more aggressive. I like to find a level, and if I'm wrong, then okay, I live with it. But a lot of times when you look at the overnight, that's why today I didn't trade live today, because today I don't really trust. I mean, it's a short day, so basically the big moves are probably going to happen pretty quick, and then they'll be over, right? So that sweep down was pretty awesome, and maybe it's not done yet. Like you said, it could just sell off. It's definitely pushing down, below, but we'll see. I don't like to fight the bottom per se. I just know that this level is critical, right? This has a chance to be a good level to hold, but a pretty big sell-off. You just got in again. Yeah, dude, I mean, this level is a good level. I mean, we know the overnight, this is right where the market started. So it washed away all the pre-market stuff in a matter, not pretty quick, right? Look at that. I mean, it wiped all these dudes out pretty fast. So yeah, if this 05 can hold, this could be the trade of the day. It could be. I mean, it needs to hold. The order blocks aren't helping too much. This is actually right on the right. That actually kind of told you to catch that short, because it hit this order block up here. But yeah, this 05 has a chance. We'll see. It's definitely taking heat again. Yeah, they might just want their buddies in. Who knows, right? JP, who knows? It's definitely making the longs take some heat here, because that the 05 is it's kind of causing some problems for the longs. So yeah, it's just bouncing around, 196 to 205, Yeah, you'll have to modify that, dude. So like, what's so cool about it is you can you use filters to if you have them turned off, then you're gonna get some more. Actually, it's kind of holding, but let's see if it helps here. Saying this is 80% is just, if you look at the description of the indicator, it factors in about 4 or 5 things. So 80% is the highest number it can get to. Now again, we're on a 30-second chart, so you have to take that in, So that's the, if you move it to a higher time frame, so you can, it's testing that 196, really making it difficult here. It's only not even 15 minutes into the open, so again, NQ might not be done with its trickery, or who knows. So it's gonna take me out there. So there you go. So that's why I don't trade on short days, but I'm still not done with. Maybe all I'll do is wait for the box. Yeah, me too, dude. Got stopped out trying to play the 05. And see, look, it's going right back to the. It's crazy. It comes down all the way down. It comes all the way down to that 96 again. When we know that 05 is the, to me that's just NQ playing, messing with people, right? Totally messing with people right there. Basically taking out a lot of weak shorts there, totally. So there is no yeah, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be over. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna be a quick morning, probably, right? We already know this 05 is probably the main number besides the 30. All these levels right here, right, are perfect scalping levels. It didn't. So far, did not push down the 05 with any conviction, right? Like, I'd be on the short side for sure, but if the 05 did not push down, like, it meant, you could argue that 22 had a pretty good momentum, but look at it stalled out right. This left level. Look at these wicks. It stalled out. I came down here, but then just whipped right back up. Yeah, dude, surprised me. You never know, right? Who knows? So that's where levels can be a little tricky, especially when you're playing at this time frame, which I always recommend kind of avoiding the first half hour because of these kind of like snap, where it comes down, snaps up, comes down, snaps up. So then it makes your entries pretty bad. And so then it also, that's why, I honestly, I don't like the first half hour, honestly, because of that very reason. Like, it will come down. I like to get into levels where it doesn't get quite so jolty, and that's just NQ behaves like that the first half hour. It's just the way it does. You can do that anytime, but the first half hour is notorious for lots of fake outs, as we know. That's nothing new. So that's why if you trade small, you can take a couple of bumps. If you do play the open, you gotta size down, so that way you can be right. You can be wrong but right, instead of right and wrong. If you oversize, if you oversized here, then you're right but wrong. but you can see how I was wrong, but I'm right because I was wrong, but I sized accordingly. It didn't hurt my account. I mean, if I have a big account, yeah, see, 3 micros, you can be wrong and then but right. You can play your level a couple times. I'm not saying you'd want to re-enter a lot, like revenge trade it, but you got to give yourself a little wiggle room, especially with how NQ likes to wick. We know that these, especially on a 30-second chart. So for me, that's where I don't care if I'd rather be wrong and right than right but wrong. Because if you go full tilt, or not tilt, but if you just go if you're on a top step and you go 15 contracts, well, you just got stopped out and you're out of the game, right? Versus if you're just doing micros or whatever, if you have the right account, you can be wrong, but you're right, right? So we know this 05 could definitely be a cool area to hold for a bit. So let's see if we can get GAN to GAN out of this. So 04 to 22. What are the chances it going from GAN to GAN right now? Again, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. So are the games or NQ's games over yet? Has it picked a direction? Yes, so now it's testing the 105 again, as I would expect. It's not just going to go race up, right? It's going to, I don't think it's done playing games at the 05 just yet. Either, again, it could sell off, or, again, 05 is still an area where, to me, that's kind of the line in the sand. If it's going to sell off, definitely it's going to drop below 05, but really, if you look back here, if the Bears want this, they're going to have to keep this below 05. They can't let it keep bouncing above 05. I jumped in this reversal with a couple of micros of this. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm glad you jumped in with a couple of micros. Yeah, the pump has not happened just yet, but it's still early. We're not even 20 minutes in. Yeah, the signal is going to be a delay, of course, right? The signal will never, and you can see the boxes haven't. Let's get to a 15-second. Unfortunately, the update. I'll get the dashboard back for the new signals. You can see. Let's go. Let me add that. Let's see here. Let's add. Let's see which one. This one. At least we can get a dashboard back. So yeah, it's still bearish. We'll get rid of this one for now. I need to fix that one. So yeah, we're still waiting for the dash. Technically, in theory, the Pro is still bearish, but we're at this 05 level. So there you go. Now it's bullish. So now the boxes are telling you to go long on the 10-second chart. That is a small time frame, but again, the boxes are bullish now. And I know I have a signal one. Look for the signal one. I think it's the buy and sell. Yeah, it's called buy and sell. So this one, if it comes on, your buy and sell improved. It will take a bit for the buy signal to. It's going to be delayed by, way. Let's see, where is it? Should be printing a buy pretty soon here. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I need to fix it. Look at that. It didn't catch that sell. So, I gotta fix that code. Oh, good to know. I don't use the signals, but I didn't realize it was not. That's where I love the boxes. See, the boxes tell you to go along there, and it's beauty. And I'll get right after this call, I'm going to get the signals worked out. So a signal would fire there. You can see how the box is starting to trail. And yeah, I love the boxes near GAN levels. It gives you a good entry. So you can see now the box starting to trail, and it's pretty cool. Pretty good stuff. So there's the little bit of a pump that JP was talking about. We'll see if it happens. Now we're basically shooting from GAN to GAN, right? So if we can get to 22, I'm definitely gonna take off half or more if we can get there. I'm just playing GAN levels. We'll see if we can do it. Oh, there's the buy. Yeah, you can see how delayed it is, but at least it's working. I got to work on the. Looks like the cells aren't working right. That's kind of cool. Like I said, you can have the boxes and the signals on, but yeah, I'll fix the signals after the call. It's an easy fix because I should have caught that cell. I mean, that's it definitely should be. There definitely should be a cell right here with the logic that I have built in. So anyway, I'll fix that later. Easy fix. See, the boxes are turning a little bearish, but it's still the level. 05 is still the main play here. I don't just take every. If the boxes turn bearish, I don't just jump in on a bear, right? Number one, level's the key. And then, yeah, you're using the boxes for entry, but when you're on a 10-second chart, you can't just flip-flop, right? That's asinine, obviously. Anyway, so you can see here, likely this will turn bullish here. We'll see if it does, hopefully. Hopefully we get back up to 22. And we can get our GAN to GAN and be done. Or, if it comes back down, at least we took a couple bumps here, but we already knew this area was going to be a little tricky. Gotcha. I'll take a look at that one. Thanks for the feedback. I have a lot of notes to look at. If they're just flying, if it's too much, then we'll have to modify that. Yeah, the elite might be too sensitive to the price action. Are you on 30 seconds, or what time frame are you on? I was trying to make the elite, smarter. But unfortunately, with that comes with if the market's jolting around, it might just be too sensitive and just be just too jumpy, Okay, well, we might have to just ditch that one. I'll look at it though. Yeah, the idea of it was to keep the logic, and it might be interesting to see if that works really well or better when they're not in the first half hour where everything's just crazy. But good to know though, and I might just have to update that so it doesn't get so bipolar. But you can see where the 14 where it kind of stalled at. It's almost like not quite 50%, right? So people that do play hour GANs could take off. Let's say this is 50%. You could take off half your position, so you lock in some profit. So a lot of people that are new to GAN could certainly at the 50% area take off a few contracts, and then assuming we don't know the future, because we're just playing GAN to GAN, but we don't always get it. A lot of times we do, but not every day is going to be that way, because you get this big push down, and we'll see if we can get back to GAN. But so far, this old 5 needs to hold. So people that do trade GAN to GAN, Again, they could definitely have taken, practicing taking, half the contracts off at 50%. And then you can, since we're shooting for our target at 22, which we don't know we'll get, we can't control the outcome. We can just kind of control, what area we find is a good entry to be into. As you can see, he's being a little tricky here, but, not surprising. It's a Monday and a holiday. So it's not shocking that the price action is not that great. Oh, okay. So the colors. Okay. Well, I'll definitely take a look at that code, man. I appreciate your feedback at JP on that, dude. I'll see if I can get the colors worked out. That should be an easy fix. I appreciate that, man. I love the feedback. So yeah, look at this. So now we're getting close back to the 50% area. So people that are new, and then another buy. So that's kind of cool. So now you could take 50% off here, right? You could. Or if you're like me, I like to go for again and again. And I especially love to go for 4-hour GANs. But I do like 1-hour GANs too. 1-hour GANs are very powerful. Right? So if it gets to 22, if we can break, get back up to here, I will take half off. And then see if we can get to 36. But who knows? I mean, again, I'm not predicting anything. I don't call out like future. I am playing GAN to GAN, so, but I never know if it's going to do it. But as you watch GAN, man, it's these numbers. I mean, it's pretty cool to watch. That's why I love doing these live calls, because you have numbers that are printed, right? That a lot of people have no idea what's going on. You know what I mean? Like so many traders out there, just like starting, or even they've been trading forever. Like I've been trading for years and I had no idea the power of these areas. So that's why I love GAN so much. Oh, great! Thanks, JP. No, that's cool. A screenshot will help. Then I can go fix it. So I don't know how many people even have access to Elite. I think it might just be you. I don't know. I can check, but I don't think I've even pushed that out to everybody just yet. I don't think. But still good to know where it's. So there you go. So if you're not like a risk taker like me, you would have taken 50% off, and not, I'm not saying what it's going to do, but if you're kind of a trader that likes to lock in profit, I'm not saying you couldn't now, but like, getting in where we got in before, I guess I got in at 98 because I didn't see any conviction that the 05 was going to hold. Like this was just kind of weak wicks. Like that was not like it wasn't like this big move down, retraced back up to test 05. It came down 05 and just bounced around, being difficult. That's how I look at that price action. It didn't like, if it would have just came down like a rocket, came up to really test it. So you could say, well, it came down, but look at, see, it came down, bounced, came down, and so it just, you mean like there was no conviction on it? At least so far, we'll see. I mean, it's so early, but it is kind of a half day. So again, for people that are not as risk averse like me, they would have already taken their 50% off, and now they're just seeing if this will hold. But yeah, NQ's being fun today, but it is only 10, so I think it closes in a couple hours, right? Either by either 2 or 3. I think it's either it's for sure 2 or 3 hours from now. I think it closes either noon or one or the other. But I'll only be on here for another half hour anyway. So far that 05 is being, look at that. So trying to get an entry at 05 right there, that would have been almost impossible. It gave you unless you like had a limit order sitting there or something, it gave you really no chance. Well, it will close and it will open at 5 tonight or 6 p.m., right? So it'll be closed the rest of the day. It's a half day today, right? Honoring President's Day. So, like the stock market, I think is closed, right? It's just the futures, and there's a few markets that are just like a half day today, right? At least that's what I understand it to be. So yeah, I mean, you can see the boxes are bullish again, and it came down to that '05 just like just barely, and now it's kind of testing it again actually, but this one's testing even a little more even more trickier. This one is. We'll see if this '05 can hold. But again, look at that. It came down, and then look at that. Look at that snap back up. I mean, that is NQ at its finest, right? It makes you want to like just doubt yourself, because it came down with some pretty good momentum, but then that snap back up was almost the same momentum as that kind of pushed down. So that's where NQ can really be tricky. Even when you have your levels right, a lot of people will be like, they'll move their stop right to break even. Well, they just got worked out, right? So you can, again, be wrong or be right but wrong again. Especially this time of day, you can't move your stop up just yet, just because of, right? Even like when you thought you're safe up when it got to 2015 or 215, like you think, oh, you're golden, right? Like it looks like it's just going to take off, right? That's our mental games, right? I've done it before where, okay, well, cool. It's going to just take off. Well, unfortunately, NQ loves to bounce around. So you got to have kind of your level, and then you got to have your stop in the right spot for these little games that NQ likes to play. Now, there are days where it's going to sell off, and you'll get we could say we have a bias north, but only because pre-market action told me '05 was a pretty good number, right? So, not that it couldn't just sell off anytime. It can do whatever it wants, right? We already know that. But again, nothing with conviction. Yeah, this came down, but we saw this just sweeping the overnight, basically, right? Was that like a bearish move? Hey Kim, so the boxes are kind of like AI with EMAs. There's like probably 10 different pieces of logic in these boxes. So I don't trade, so I guess overall, back up a little bit. How I trade the box, number one, you find an area. So the main indicator is the auto GAN plotter. So when you're looking at it, if I remove this one, this is on the daily, because the 4 hour, like before, let me go back to I like to do 4 hour GAN levels, but he was pushing above. Okay, so we're on the 4 hour. So look at the 4 hour. So Kim, so number one, you find an area where there's a level. So we knew overnight, there's a few levels that we knew that were critical. '02, because that's kind of where it opened. Then, pushed up here. It stalled kind of it did get up to 281, but if we're going off GAN, pushed down 61, 41 was a critical level, and then look where it bounced at, 28. So we know 28 was a critical number. Then right market open, it just came down and swept all these orders, right? So once you get a level like this '05 that we felt comfortable with, then you switch over to a lower time frame. I usually do like 30 seconds or 10 seconds. A lot of times it's 30, because 10 is pretty small. So then the boxes will tell you to go, it will tell you what to do. So like right here, I guarantee you, like when the price went above this box, this turned green, and then eventually, that's why I'm going down to a smaller time frame. Like I'll go to like the 5 second. When you get the entry, you'll see how and this is going to be a bearish because it's too small. Let's go to the 15. So once the price starts spreading out and starts trending, then this box is going to trail. So when it's, after it plays its games, then you can see how the box moved. Then you can, in theory, move your stop to the bottom of that box. But I mean, I wouldn't just yet, just because of I'm playing for 22.22, and we already know that it could easily come down. It loves to wick people out. But assuming that it gets to 22.22, I'm gonna take half off, and then I'll be trailing. If this continues to go the way we're kind of hoping it does, you can see how this box trails. So it's kind of a good entry system. It's a good risk system, and it's a good trailing system, basically. Now if it's really choppy, the boxes won't help you whatsoever. And I don't know if there's any indicator. Maybe Bollinger Bands are good for choppy markets, but like during news opens, the boxes, trading the box by itself really isn't that great. But it's really great once you get your overall level established, and then it helps you manage the trade as far as risk. Again, it helps you with risk, entry and risk, and then trailing it. So that's really why it's number one. Yeah, the flagship is the GANs, right? That's number one. Like, you don't need the Pro. I like it just because it gives me a good visual. Even though you can see it's going bearish and bullish, but we already know the NQ is just kind of messing with people right now between 05 and 22. We already know before we saw it stopped us out a couple times below 22, this 05, sorry. But so my goal, a lot of people can play the hour GANs the way they want. Again, like, you could easily, it's close to 50%. Like, you could easily take off half your contracts, right? And you're good. You've locked in profit. And now, again, can the market get back to 22? And we'll see how it reacts. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I base all my decisions on the 5 minute, right? I just use the 30-second to kind of help me snipe in to get the best entry. Or the 15. So I'll modify, so I'm on 15 right now. 30 seconds is pretty good too, but you're going to get it a little bit later. I'm sure this has been going back and forth. So as that's where playing NQ in the first hour, these boxes will go, bearish and bullish, because, right? If price is just being jagged, this is a trade manager, so it can't keep up with price if it's just jolting up and down. So that's why it's better. Later on in the day, once you see it trending, you'll see it's pretty cool. Not that it's just, you have to just know that during really shifty times, you can't use it as a buy and sell signal. You use your level. Number one, what level are you comfortable, being at, long or short, is the number one. Then using the box to help you manage it. So you can see how that on the 30-second it was bearish, now it's bullish again, because we're in this weird. Look at the chart. I'm going to get rid of the, this thing is a mess. So let me look at that. Lots of wicks, right? So the boxes haven't had a chance to spread out yet because of this just price action, right? But it'll be pretty cool if we can get to 22. Let's see what price does, right? We already know earlier. So earlier in the day, it bounced off 20. So basically, it's the same level. It's a little higher, but we know this zone right here could either be, it could either bounce down, or is it going to hit this and then just, keep on going? Because earlier, it bounced off the zone and went straight up. That was back at 350, like 340. This ultimately it was like 440 Eastern when it double bounced off the 227. But still, this area is the zone we care about. The hour GAN is going to be a little bit different than the 4-hour GAN, obviously. So you can see it's been kind of tricky. it got to 218, but it's kind of doing that slow grind. It definitely did its job of taking out the weak longs, right? So now it's just a matter of what does NQ1 do. Everyone reads price action differently. I mean, this definitely is a sweep down. So is this a retracement of this move? But I tend to just play levels, overall. I mean, you're aware of this price action coming down, kind of sweeping GAN to GAN to GAN. I'm not saying it's going to go 4 GANs up. All I know is price does like to respect these areas. So as you can see, it's kind of grinding slowly, and then all of a sudden it's just going to just snap and get to 22, likely the way it's going. I mean, it'd be shocking if it doesn't hit 22. I mean, it's right there. It's getting close. But yeah, again, being a holiday day, I mean, who knows, right? And then plus it's NQ. That's the beauty of it. We never know. Yeah, well, we're 40 minutes in from the open, and basically we've had just kind of garbage minus, making it difficult on people to get either get entries or second guess themselves, right? Because some of these moves down were just fast, and then it snaps up, then it moves down quick, and then it snaps right back up. So you can see this is tricky price action for people that don't have levels. And if you're trading too big, that those snaps back and forth will destroy most accounts, right? But if you're trading within this, having the right risk, you know what I mean, you're not. It's not worrying you because you have a good, you know the level. Like we know the 05 because we know it didn't. Yeah, it went below 05, but it did not it didn't destroy it. It just tested it basically because this is a zone area. It did not really, right? It did not push down below 05 really. I mean, it went down at 196, but it didn't even get close to. The next hour again was 170, right? It didn't even. It's like 20%, 15%, And look at NQ still bouncing around. See, it teases people. Like it got up to 220, and then look at it snaps down. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But maybe, I don't know the future. That's where people, if they want to take off half at the mid 50%, you could say it's failing so far. It's not getting to 22. So does that mean anything? I mean, we'll see. We're right in the middle of the area. So if I didn't have a trade on, I wouldn't be going long here, or I wouldn't be shorting it. I got it in an area that I'm okay. If it comes down, takes me out, that's just life. Like I can't, be everywhere. But I'm sure there's people shorting that, right? So, but you can see, look at that. It comes down, then snaps right back up. So for me, that's when I'm in a position. I like that when it does that. It's not fun when it starts to kind of do a retest, but then I love it when it just snaps like that because that's just tons of orders being just taken out. So I've just watched NQ a lot, and I've been on the opposite side of that enough where it hurts because you're short or whatever you are, it's doing really well, and then snap. You go from being really good to life is not good, like in a flash. So it sucks to be on the other side of it, and it sucked for me for that moment because it's coming down like shit, But then look at that snap right back. So I just I'm on both sides of the fence on that a lot of times, but usually if you have the right levels, usually you're watching it happening to other people more than it's happening to you. Usually. But I didn't trade very well on Friday. Well, the 2 days prior, I killed it. So, there's no way every day trading levels you're going to just dominate. I mean, some days,
I got too aggressive and I was trading the wrong time frame. So there's a lot of things I was doing wrong. As JP pointed out, I was forcing things. So thanks to JP for calling me out, which he was right. I was forcing things, and what do you do? I'd love to have a trading buddy to sit behind me, telling me, "Hey, what are you doing? Don't do that. That's not what you do." Unfortunately, I make mistakes, right? But I'd love an AI bot like right behind me saying, "Don't do that. Hey, that's not in your trading plan. Stop doing that." But maybe one day, if I trade well enough, I can afford a trading bot to sit behind me to make sure I don't make mistakes. Or if JP can help me automate this thing. So I'm leaning a lot on JP to, make this an automated. I mean, the idea is, I don't know if it'll ever be fully automated, but our goal is to really have a good strategy. But as you can see, the way it whipsaws, it's so tricky. How do you build an indicator or a strat that can handle some of these? Just because we know what's going on. How do you train a bot to do that? Yeah, I know, JP. Try a little harder, buddy. You know what I mean? No, just kidding. I have a guy that's as good as automation as I've ever met, and so I'm minus coding. I mean, and JP helps me. I've given JP access to some strats, and I'm sure I will to others. But JP's really good. He's awesome. He's just willing to jump in. But yeah, once we get a strat that we really like, and then when I get my automation guy on it, and then we'll share the strat. Now, I don't know if hey, what's up, George? Welcome, buddy. I don't know if I'd ever recommend someone to fully automate it. I don't care if it shows like 70% and the product factor is 4. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe overnight you could have like automated, but like for sure by 8:30 New York it should be off. I don't like just that time frame. And then the open, like it can't just be on all the time. So I don't know if full automation will ever. I don't know. This is my thoughts. Like there's certain time frames that should not be on. You have to be aware of what happens in Europe overnight. Usually the news events aren't as crazy as we know, but yeah, good to see you, George. You're probably over in the, I don't know if listening to Justin or who else you're listening to, but happy Monday, man. So look at that. We got GAN to GAN. Look at that, guys. Isn't that awesome? We got our GAN to GAN trade. And a little extra because obviously I got in because I didn't love the conviction. I felt like NQ was just messing with people at 05. So, what about 2K with? Yeah, dude. Well, that would be pretty cool, right? With a 4, yeah, that'd be. I can handle a 4 R&R. But basically, look, you guys, we're done for the day. We got our GAN to GAN. So 05 to 22, minus some games here. We took I took a couple, but I was playing the levels a little bit, and got that was a pretty mean candle from 04 down to freaking what was that? I can't see because that thing's in the way. It went all the way down. That's the NQ, right? It went down to 93. Look at that. That's NQ right there. That's NQ at its purest form of messing with people, because 05 is the key level. But look at that. Look at how it just punished people. But if we go back to overnight, how low did it get on the overnight? So yeah, overnight it got down to 196. So that area was so it swept all those. Look at it. It was beautiful though. So now it's still at the top of that 1 hour GAN. We'll see what it's going to do. And I did promise I was going to take off half the contracts once it got to 22, but I was jabbering away. Yeah, good to see you, George, man. Hopefully you're having a green day, man, if you're trading or whatever you're doing. But look at this NQ, just sitting there, just sitting at like pretty much at 22, just tempting people to short it. Now, this is where you could use, in theory, if you want to be contrarian, I'm not saying to short this, but this is where we're going to get better and better at confirmations. So if you're looking to short it, now look, so the MACD is bullish. I wouldn't, just because we got, a little bit of wicks, I'm not looking to short 22. I'm looking for a continuation through it. So like I promised, I'm going to take off 3, or half, sorry. So look at that, up almost 4K on the 4K on the demo. Should have traded live, but I don't trust today. So there you go. That's 2K. Not a bad T. Now that you can watch how to, this is where if it can break, if you can hold above 22, now we're shooting for 36. So then we're getting 2 GANs, and that's a for sure awesome day, right? 2 GANs a day can keep the employers away. Is that the stupidest poem you've ever heard? But still, 2 GAN levels are awesome. And that's only on the 1 hour. Eventually, as you get better and better, you're going to get 2 GANs on the 4 hour. So that's what's awesome. But when you're starting, you start off just getting GAN to GAN on the 1 hour, and then get 2 GANs on the 1 hour. But then eventually, you'll be playing 4 hour GAN levels. And that's where it gets fun. 2 4-hour GAN levels definitely keeps the employers away. Or it keeps your account really good. Either way, if you're just doing it as a side thing. Not as crazy as me making this a full-time thing. So you can see how the box is starting to trail a little bit, but we're only on a 30-second chart. It'll be nice if we get some conviction on this 22 and get to 36. I don't want to predict, but we're playing GAN to GAN, and then if some people want to be a contrarian and they want to practice, they can short 22. I wouldn't personally, but that could be. If the MACD is bullish, if you follow oscillators, I don't know if anything's, of course, if it does like hold and it goes down, but in either case. We're at a level where, right? How is he going to react? Is he going to go to 36, or is he going to come back to 05? And that's the tricky part of levels a little bit, and that's where we caught our GAN to GAN, and that's how I play it. So until I see really strong, there are some red candles, but it's not showing any conviction yet that it's going to sell off just yet. But you never know. But people that are shorting 22 are definitely doing okay right now. I personally don't see that as a great short yet. Just shorting at a level. The boxes are bullish. MACD's bullish. And it's not even 9. It's not even 10:30. Like, is this the time frame the market's just going to reverse down? I don't know. You guys tell me, is it going to hold 22 and go down, or is it going to hold 22 and go to 36? Who thinks 36? Any guesses? I don't want to project, but what's the highest probability? If you're thinking of probabilities, what's the probability? Is it more probable that it's going to go to 05, or is the probability higher that it's going to go back to 36? I try to think in probabilities. So JP, what do you think, dude? Is it going to 36, or is it going back down to 05? What's the high? Going off what you think the probability is. No guesses? So you're thinking 36? Are you calling out 36, JP? Let's see if you're right. I'm thinking 36 personally. It's the upgrades trying to, yep. It's just grinding. Look at that. See, so it's pushing above 22. 24. So we'll see if it has enough. See what we can do. We'll see if we can get 2 GANs today. Can we get 2 1 hour GANs? I'm sure, NQ would apologize to you for being annoying, JP. Yeah, it is being annoying, though. You're right. It just snaps up, snaps down, snaps up, and then just, right? Look at that. So it went up to 24. Now it's at 22. Makes you want to fall asleep. But I love our entry. Even if, let's say we're wrong and it goes down to 05, what? I locked in a full GAN of profit. So, it was tricky and I took a couple bumps, so I guess I can't say I'm up 2K because I'm sure I lost like 800-ish or whatever, so I'm probably only up 1K or maybe 700 technically. I mean, I didn't track it, but yeah, I took a couple of losses that are likely pushed me over 1K. But I'm still up, even not including this, not including this 2K. I'm definitely up, even though I did take a couple of losses because NQ is being, but that overnight level, right? It just kissed that overnight low perfectly. But look at that. See, now it's just grinding back up. So it's actually, as tricky as it wasn't that bad, honestly. NQ can be way more tricky than that. Like, that was tricky. But it definitely, the first half hour can be way more, as ugly as that is, it definitely can be way worse than this. This is just kind of boring, more than anything. And then the moment you say it's boring, then it does something. But yeah, that's where, those days, like, so you're right, JP, that's a good point. So either you're going to hold to the grind and be right, and then but on certain days we're going to hold and then we're wrong because we can't predict. Like, we don't know what it's going to do. We just have to have our areas. And then if we're wrong, we call it, like, if it came back down, took us out, then, what, we got our GAN level. So for me, it's a win. Like, even if this totally reversed and came down, I could trail this now a little bit, and now we can start, it's getting to be, it's 10:30. So you can see I wouldn't trail the box exactly, but it just gives you a visual idea. Right now it's starting to spread out. So now look, we're likely going to 36. I'm not saying it's going to, but likely. Nothing ever always happens perfectly, but high probability it's going to 36 now because, it has some nice momentum. But again, it can stop on the dime, come back. We got our GAN again. Hey, what's going on there? Dang. Hey, dude, appreciate that. You guys are, I'm just giving you my take on it. So, I wish we could have other people giving input, but I just love how NQ plays levels, man. It tells a story, right? I just try to view it as it's telling a story, so I don't get too wrapped up in and if I'm trading with the right account size and contracts, then, like I mentioned, you can be wrong like I was a couple times, but I was right. If I oversized, then I would have been right, or I would have been wrong and wrong, or I would have been wrong and then right. That's the worst. Yeah, 228 is the 4. So yeah, you're right. So on the 4 hour 03, and now look at that. We hit a 4 hour GAN level. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Thanks, John, for reminding me. So yeah, that's where it gets really fun with the GAN level trading. You just got 03 to 228, like John said. Awesome. Thanks, John. That was a good reminder. I've been kind of stuck on the 1 hour just because trying to make it a little easier for people to absorb, right? Catching a 1 hour GAN is a lot easier, obviously, But you can watch now. Can we get 2 4-hour GANs? So can the market go to 41? I mean, who knows, right? But if you're definitely going from 4-hour GAN to 4-hour GAN, likely you're going to take some profit off, right? You just got a full 4-hour GAN. I mean, guys, that's trading at its this is mastery level stuff to me. You're mastering the market. A 1 4-hour GAN, look at that. Look at that. 04 to 27. That's a good trade. You know what I mean? That's a lot of ticks. A lot of ticks. You're going to pass you're going to have a lot of funded accounts. Like, you do this for a few months, you're going to have multiple funded accounts, multiple payouts. You know, how's that going to feel? When you're growing your account, getting payouts, you're out of the cycle of, passing evals but blowing up the live. Now you're in live accounts, trading at the right size, and you're growing your account, right? If you have a 50K account, you have a few micros, and you're slowly building your account the right way, right? And then once you have a sizable, get up, then you can move to like 5, 10 micros, and then eventually to a mini. So you do it the right way. All of a sudden, in a few months, you're trading with 4 minis, and you're going to have 5, 6, 10K days on low stress. We don't want to be stressed out. We want to be as calm as possible, but you can't do that if you size up. Then you're a mess, right? I'm telling you guys the stuff you already know, but because I've done it. I sized up, and you get all this buzz, but it's the wrong kind of buzz. The buzz should come from your process. Like for me now, I get way more buzz. I don't care about the P&L. When I go back and review this, I actually get a buzz off that I follow my process. Where I get irritated is if, like on Friday, I just like low volume days, those 2-point intra-second swings. Yeah, dude. Exactly. That's why I'm not trading live. I'm not there with you. Hence why I'm in demo. Low volume just drives me insane. But also, look how that wasn't that difficult to get a 4-hour GAN. Honestly, this was a little trickery, but that wasn't that bad. Especially if you have the right size contracts. Like, you didn't get wicked out. Like, as mean as this wick was right here. That, look at this. Now we're getting close to 2 1-hour GANs. So this is where you can trade very calmly. There's no buzz about this P&L. Like, you don't worry about the P&L. You worry about your levels. The profit takes care of itself. And so you remove the P&L, that 500 a day shit. Like, I hate when people, and I only say that because I was in this paradigm where you make 500 a day times 20. We all know that, 10,000 a month. Oh, I can live off 10,000 a month. Well, the reality is you're going to lose 1K on a day, but then one day you're going to have 5K. So I don't care about 500 a day. I care about what's your monthly P&L, what's your weekly. I don't care about what I did today, because today might be a down day. So I'm not shooting for 500 a day. I'm shooting for GAN to GAN a day, then 2 GAN to GANs a day. That's my process. The P&L is just, right? That just is the tip of, that's just the result. And so this could be 10,000, this could be 20,000, this could be $1. I don't care. As long as this is green, that's what, who cares about what the number says, right? It's nice to see, a good, like, you're trading 4 lots, like the potential. But if this was micros, I'd be just as happy. And I'm in demo, and I'm just as happy as if this was live, because I'm focusing on the process of getting my GAN to GAN. So I just think it's awesome. Look at this. So if you're doing the hour GAN, so first off, you could have taken off somebody position at this 50% GAN level. We broke through this GAN level. You could take off, we're above the 50% on this, so you could take off a little bit more. I mean, look at that. So anyway, I love these GAN. Like, this gives you these levels where you can be calm about what you're doing, and you can run your business the way you want. Do you want to take profit at 50%? Or do you want to be, hold on a little longer and shoot for the next GAN level? That's the beauty. It's your own business. That's what I love about it, right? You can trade these GAN lines however you want. It just gives you an idea. Just helps you. It gives you it's just kind of like a guideline, right? I mean, look at this. I guarantee a lot of people are just shorting right now, just for the hell of it. I'm not saying it won't work, but why would someone short right now? It's likely going to 36. We know that because the GANs have that mathematical formula. So people are, look at that, see? I guarantee you, people saw this like, oh shit, the market's just boring, and they're shorting it. And then look at that, it blitzed to 36 on the freaking dime. Look at that, guys. So on this call, I've been on for about an hour, 2 GAN. So what you can do, you just sell off a couple more. So now you just made, almost 1,500. Well, not quite that, but close, So you took off half that position. Now you got GAN to GAN. Now we'll see if we can get, now the 4-hour GANs at 228, can we get to 41, right? 41 would be 2 4-hour GANs. So I almost get on here every day and say, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, this is the best way to trade, personally. I mean, I know there's a lot of ways to trade, but I love this way of trading. It can be boring, I'll say that, but that's why I love focusing on the process. The process gets fun. Yeah, dude, that's what you're right, John. The boxes really help, right? Again, I'm going to get to the why eventually. I'm sure there's a lot of math involved, but look at how it just tapped 36. So if you had brackets set, maybe you're already done. I'm sure a lot of people, they could just sit there, take profits at these levels. Look, you would have got your 36, and you're done. You're done for the day. Me, I'm going to be on for a little bit longer, not too much longer, but I'm shooting for 3 GANs. Why not? This might hold and come down. So, but anyway, I know it's an awesome dude. Yeah, John, you're I know. As quick as the way the market, I'm using a 30-minute chart to see the market structure. That's awesome thing. Yeah, dude, you're right. A 30-minute chart is awesome for NQ, right? And the first GAN again, it hit my stop at the bottom of the box with a wick. Yeah, it hit my stop. So you got stopped out. So the first GAN again hit my stop at the bottom of the box. So did you say at first it got you stopped? It stopped you out, John, for a loss? Sorry if I'm misunderstanding the first GAN. Or do you mean your take profit? Did you have like a take profit? Sorry, is that what you meant? Sorry. It hit your profit stop at the bottom of the box. Oh, it was a break even. Oh, so it wicked you out. Gotcha. So at the bottom of, okay. I was hoping you meant at the bottom of the top of the box. Gotcha. Oh, you're following the ball. I gotcha. You're following with the trailing. Gotcha. Yeah, that's where sometimes, depending on the time frame you're on, I don't always have it really close to the box. But the 1 second worked. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I do love them for entries and giving a visual. I mean, I don't always trail it to the dime because, just the way that NQ wicks it. That's where, sometimes, it just depends on your risk tolerance. So, sorry, I misunderstood. Sorry. I should, obviously these are levels, these are the boxes, and sometimes in my mind, these are like zone levels moving, but really, these are boxes, and then these are zones. So I need to be more clear on my my vocabulary on kind of like the language. So the box settings where you can see if you were trailing it just on the box, you just got taken out of the long. That's all right. I mean, that's what's the beauty of it. There's a lot of ways to do it, and if you're comfortable taking a profit, for me, I already got GAN to GAN to GAN, taking profit at each tier.
So now it could be, 36 could have been a good short. I mean, who knows? I mean, this could just be a weird day where, and it depends on your metrics. I'm not, again, someone could easily be scalping 36 down to 22, right? The GANs are pretty cool that way. So it all depends on, where your entry is, and I'm not saying you can't scalp up and down. I don't really love scalping against the main move of the day, but you can see a short at 36. There was area to scalp, but everything is bullish on my end. So for me, I don't really love, like, you're in the money and then it snaps up. And we've seen it do that a lot. Like down here I mentioned, I think we were down like right in this area. Like this looked really good for the shorts, and then it's like bang. Like like it just snapped them out fast. So like if you are shorting like these levels, either be quick to take profits or don't fight it too much, right? Don't re-enter, because like you could have easily saw this 22 as an opportunity to short, just because there was some. You could say this was a kind of a complex retracement. And yeah, that's the thing. I don't really, you can always find a reason to short or to go long, but you could also, if you're watching this behavior of how it was shorting, snapping, shorting, like the shorts were not working. So what was the probability of a short working at 22? Well, it didn't even get to 10% of this GAN. So if I short, let's just say I woke up and took that short, yeah, there's candles. There could be. I'm sure you could find a reason to get in there, but then you just got to know that you're wrong, right? And don't fight it. Either get back on board, fight. Go to the next GAN to GAN, or just step away. But don't fight the level, right? That's my advice on because levels aren't perfect. I mean, they are good, but nothing is ever perfect, because eventually it's going to get it to a GAN level and fail. Like everything is good until it fails. We all know that, right? Everything, any indicator is awesome until it's not. So again, that short at 36 is doing pretty well, but again, I've already got my profit, so I'm not trying to scalp against the this kind of push up here. And we all know this is a weird holiday day. There are days where this would line up to be a great short, and maybe it will be, but for me, the time of day didn't make sense, and the day that we're on, holiday day, I'm not looking to to short that. But people could definitely have scalped a little bit there for 100%, right? That's a decent scalp. But I prefer to be, GAN to GAN. I mean, and again, sometimes those plays will line up to do that. And that's almost, you're almost like, so people that did short that, they're almost 50% of the zones. So that was a good little scalp. Now it could easily come back to 22, right? I'm not, who knows, right? But obviously I'm in this trade on the long, so I'm shooting for 1, 2, 3. I'm shooting for 51. But I don't know if I'll get it. I'm just looking again levels. I don't know. We already saw what it did. Look, it just tapped 36 magically and stopped. Paused. Find an indicator out there that does that. Show that to me. I'd love that, right, dude? What other indicator do you know before you even knew what was happening? I'm not saying it couldn't have blown through, but look, it tapped it right on the freaking number. That's just crazy to me. Anyway, I don't know why it blows me away almost every time I trade this. I'm like, are you kidding me? It literally tapped it on the freaking number and then, paused. Like, what voodoo magic is it, like JP said, I think? It's like, what the hell is this? It's crazy. Yeah, but I was working all weekend long on an indicator that would print like zones at the GAN levels, and then they would kind of color code it as it goes through. I had it doing buy and sell signals. I think I spent 20 hours on it, and I just couldn't get it worked out the way I liked it. It just gave too many false signals. So then I came up with confirmations. So this is more of a beta. So this one is meant to help us make decisions when, so like there you can see with everything turned off, there was, some momentum to the downside. I'm trying to build something that when price is at a level, it gives us the most real-time logic on what to do, right? So it gets to 36. What confirmation tool is going to be the best companion to number one GAN level, and then because we already have the entry system, and we have two awesome things. We do have order blocks, but I don't love it. Really, what I'm looking for is a companion kind of confirmation tool that will really sharpen the saw, so that when we're at an area, it gives us the best probability or the best best tool that helps you navigate those levels, right? So you get this nice breakout right into the GAN, and now we're getting this reversal. But I don't really count these signals when they're in between boxes. I like this one because it's closer to the box, but I don't really count. I don't like ones that are in the middle. Like this one doesn't mean anything to me. I like them when they're at level. So I'm trying to get the code. Eventually I'll figure it out, but it'll be coded with the GAN levels. Because right now this indicator doesn't know this GAN line exists. But once I merge the logic together with the GAN lines, then hopefully this will clean this up, and you're only going to get signals at the levels, not in between. So that's kind of like letting you guys where I'm at. That's why you're getting some faults. Well, not really the faults, but the logic isn't what I call amazing, where you can really, it's like it's kind of a piece of the puzzle, but I want to get the puzzle even better. There'll always be a puzzle at a level, because you'll never always know 100%. But I definitely want to get what's the best course of action at this level that we can expect. So as you can see, this has been a good short for people so far off that 36. But anyway, so yeah, JP, that's kind of my next thing. I gotta if you have a really good indicator you like for confirmation that I can weave in the code, or if any of you guys know, like, email me. I don't know. We're on this. We got a little core group, right? We're not a very big group. If you guys know of any, I have a million different oscillators. We all have those, but what do you guys think would really be good as a confirmation indicator to help us, make the best decisions possible at these zones? You see this one did okay, but it's pretty late. Like if you waited for this, you're in like at 27. GANs are awesome because you can be way more precise with your entries, right? So it might be a tough battle to find the ultimate confirmation, because levels, you'll never beat those entries, right? If you're waiting for confirmation. If you're waiting for confirmation, you already likely missed it to some degree, right? So that's the slight downside of waiting for everything to line up. But anyway, it's kind of a slow grind. But give me 1 second. Hopefully this goes. I'll be gone, but give me a second here. Hey, buddy, did you lock it? I'm sorry.
color. Hey, Al, you wanna go potty? Potty. Then I'll leave the door open for you.
All right. So I'll look for some money flow. Okay, so you think money flow or the other way is the way to go, JP? I have looked at those too, but just so you guys know, it's negative. Let's see here. You don't want strategy to believe you. You had a strategy script. I believe it came from you. The back testing. Oh, cool. I know you have one that is getting good. Oh, hey, buddy. If you used it, or is it just the screenshots that you saw thing? So I know JP's testing one, and I did have one with my programmer that I haven't published to anybody yet. He had amazing results with NQ, but he's skiing in Utah right now. He might be back by now. I'm not sure he's back, but we do have. That's the thing, man. We have some pretty cool strats in the works. I mean, you're right, dude. The results are very promising, and that's why I love our core group. We have such a small group. I might be one of the smallest channels on YouTube for trading, but that's all right. It's a oversaturated niche, and I don't. I'd rather have quality. I'm not like right now. I did move back to the paid model, but it's basically going to be capped. So once I have 100 people at $47 a month, that's it. Like I can't, because I want to work with people. Otherwise, their option is people can just buy the indicators for $25 a month, and then they'll get some email support and it'll be a Discord. But if they want like onboarding calls, multiple calls, and I'm not saying like the core guys will ever have to pay that. I mean, if people want to support me, fine. Obviously, if we get like a really good strategy that's working, that's another story. I don't see myself. I mean, people that are from the very start. I mean, you guys, right, helped build it. So, to me, that's the blessing. You guys started with me, and either did with my affiliate links or you're right. So, I don't want to go back to a paid model for people that were there from the start. So, unless it was like fully automated and like it was like some crazy tech that costs like the resources are beyond. But for the awesome strats we're doing and any future updates, like it's cool to have core people like you that You know what I mean? I'm not going to just turn around and say, you know what, you need to start paying me. No, I love, I love our group. You know what I mean? So, mine is that we do something like QuantView. I mean, they're charging $7K for fully automation. That's crazy to me, right? Can you imagine paying $7K for? And maybe it works, right? Maybe QuantView $7K automation bot thing, whatever it is. But man, $7K to join that thing. I mean, I personally would rather do. I love trading, and I love levels. So, can we automate it to some degree? It'd be kind of cool for if we have our strategy down for to trade, overnight while we're making money while we're sleeping. But then, during the New York session open, you won't be on anyway. I mean, you're right. I don't anyway. So, look at this, guys. It's hitting 36 again. Like I don't want to tell you, it's gonna go through. I don't always laugh at these calls because, oh my gosh, it's funny. I mean, I just remember fighting this. Oh, I used to fight this stuff all the time. It's so weird to me. Like it's such a foreign concept now. So now we're breaking 36. And can we get to, 50? I don't know. This is awesome though. What a cool day, man. Another, sorry. Then I tried to use it. Needs to get polished. Could get some simple buy and sell. Yeah, I've never traded corner or something, but luckily my guy really knows webhooks really well. Eventually, we are going to get it figured out if people want to do a strategy with it. And to automate it, I wouldn't call it full automation, but we'll definitely, if you go that route, we'll definitely give people all the tools they need. Again, we got to make sure it's profitable and test it. But once we're confident with it, we'll definitely show people how to automate it. And with all the webhooks and all the there's so many different sites out there, but. That's not my specialty, but I'll be learning it from my partner friend. He's a really smart dude. So that will happen hopefully, and so leave it open to you guys too. Like maybe nothing will be perfect, once we get the strat to a certain level. Obviously with a disclaimer, we'll let you guys run with it, and if you want to, but I still want to get a good baseline though. So at least we have, it's been pretty vetted for the most part. But then, let you guys do what you want with it, if you guys, and then hopefully you'll share your successes and learning. But hopefully the next couple of weeks we can get a strategy sent out to everybody so you can do some testing. And obviously, not that you can't build your own strategy. I mean, right? A lot of these have alerts. I do some little bit when I'm doing a strategy. I definitely do some different things in the code because the signals themselves are not profitable. Because I already have tried doing a strat with a lot of these signals that I've created, and just straight up as a buy and sell, they're not amazing. But anyway, well, we do have some code that is good, but it's a little bit built different than our. Look at that. So. Is testing that 36 and then it snaps down below it. But, is there any momentum to that kind of bounce down? I don't know. It's 11 o'clock. All I know is it's been a kick-ass day though, man. I mean, killer day. Slow. I mean, that's like look at that grind. From 05 to 22 to 36. So good stuff overall though. I don't also tell you guys, I definitely sound like I was telling JP, I sound like a broken record, but these levels are just unbelievable. Like that confirmation one just makes it messy, at least for now. Look at that. I just love to see the levels and the boxes do their magic. So we're above 36 again. So It paused at 10:36. It might have faked out some people. I guarantee you there were some longs waiting for a breakout there. Of course, NQ in NQ's fashion snaps down. So breakout traders that bought at 39 took some pretty good heat. Second. Again, not that breakout trade doesn't work. If your account can handle, buying at 39 and down to 32, that's a little harsh. Sorry. So thing is calling 250 and then a short. Interesting. Could be thing. That could likely happen. You got this big order block up here, but so far these bear order blocks haven't been too helpful. A little bit. Sorry. But it's pretty cool. We'll see if we get another GAN today. That would be awesome. I think that'd be 3 GANs in the 1 hour. Right? 1, 2, 3. And then we've already hit 2 GANs on 4 hour. So Mr. Crosley is going to be happy about that. I mean, look at that. 2 GANs on a 4 hour chart I love it. I'm telling you. When you start getting, even if you did that a couple times a week, you're a profitable trader. You don't have to get, 2 4 hour GANs every day. Now that'd be cool. And some days you'll have back to back days where you're getting that. But when you're a profitable trader, luckily you don't have to. Look at that. It's so awesome. Oh, you got out 41. Well, kudos, man. You did a good trade, man. Good job. That's 2 GANs, man. That's awesome. Mr. Crosley, the 4 hour GAN, man. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. I could probably teach a GAN every day. And then people like you that are either smarter than me can help me. Because, JP's a smart dude. I know Crosley's a smart dude. You guys are smart dudes. So, yeah, dude. I'm on demo and it's fun, dude. Yeah, dude. Demo is great, man. I like pricing right, I don't care if it's demo or whatever. Because like I said before, when I was with another group, I grew an account to 60K. And then they pulled the rug from me. It sucked, but it taught me that I can do it. So now I'd start over with better groups. So, yeah, you're on demo. Who cares? At least you're practicing, and you said building confidence. So then you start off with 1 micro or whatever. You start at the very smallest, So if you're either live or if you're doing an eval, don't rush it. The worst thing we could ever do is rush stuff, right? There's markets always like go. I say, everyone that goes live, I swear they blow their account within a couple of days. Why? Because they rush it. I'm talking to myself, right? It's just but now I don't do that. You don't need to rush it. You can just play with a couple contracts, couple micros. Look at that. Even if you did 2 minis a day. That's a 2K day. And your risk would have been, it doesn't have commissions and stuff. But look at that. What is that risk reward, Mr. JP? Huh? What is that? So we went long. What is the risk to reward on that thing? So if you're gonna get 3, and again I don't predict anything. That's not good enough for JP. That's 8. So 8
8? Are you kidding me? If we're just going for the just the 2, 6. Oh, I know, Nan. Seriously, the JP, I know it's brutal, dude. Man. It just drives me crazy. I don't know if they really want profitable traders. Really, honestly. I mean, Blue Sky moves you to a real account, so they don't play games. That's why Blue Sky is so awesome, because you pass the 2 levels and you're in live. So they just want you to be profitable, And Purdy is good like that too. There's no weird rules. Tradeify has some weird rules, but they're good, legit. They pay out. But what do you think? What do you think of that, dude? Is 8 good enough risk reward for you, JP, or is that not enough for you? Yeah, JP probably wants like 20, so I can't make JP happy. It's impossible. So I try. That's not bad. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to get it, but look at that. You're risking, let's say 300, let's say 350. 350 on over a $2,000 trade. That's magic, I think. And even if you got 1 GAN, look at that. That's almost 4. Now, if we got in at the actual GAN line, it's not going to be as good. Still, your risk would be, oops. Got to move this thing out of the way. So likely, you're not going to risk all that. You're going to be probably, under the GAN. So if you got in a little bit late, you're still at 3 there. And then 2 GAN. Now you're at 5.5. And then now you'd be at, basically 8. Man, John, I hate to do guesses, dude. I just go off levels, man. Maybe Dan knows more about that kind of thing. I don't really think like that. I look for my levels, and then I look. And today is a short day, right? And we're almost done. It's 11 o'clock, so I think the market's closed in an hour or 2. So it's probably like there might be one. If I had to guess, be one big sharp move up and then some consolidation, but anything could happen now at this point, right? I mean, like, honestly, who knows? But I could definitely see it just racing up and then just consolidating. Oops, my screen went wonky there. But yeah, I hate to guess because this thing I have a bias, then it throws me off my game. But yeah, the JPS a lot of times too. Yeah, you look left. This price is likely going to 61. You think, right? I mean, it has a good chance. Could even get up here. I mean, or see how far. I mean, geez, actually, yeah. You could even get up to 80, right? So this basically NQ isn't going anywhere because it's not going south, but it's if you had to play out probabilities, it's probably going back closer to 80 by the end of the day. Or I can see it coming up here and just kind of just. But again, who knows, right? Predicting is tough because you could just sell off too. So I don't know. Who knows? But I think that covers my GAN. I've been on for almost 2 hours. That's about my, my live. So is there anything else you want to kind of go over? But I got some things to work out on the code. But man, it's awesome GAN trading today, guys. Last night was pretty cool. Last night was just straight up. It was crazy. I was trading that. It was fun. But yeah, I think I'll probably jump off here. I'll pause for a second unless you guys want me to cover anything else. But it's been an awesome GAN day again, man. Just killer. It's cool that you guys jump on, and one day it'll be more fun because we'll just do Discord and we'll be live. But I'd like to get a few more people. The market's too thin to sell off. Yeah, it's thin. So yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, it's just with no volume. It's like, who knows? But yeah, I think I'll stop here, guys. And again, appreciate you jumping on, and I'll be on tomorrow morning. So yeah, usually around 9 a.m. New York. Usually just before the open, and then my goal is not to even really trade the first half hour. If I do the first half hour, it'll be just demos, just demo trades to get the feel for the market. And then really at 10 o'clock New York is really when I, or maybe a little bit before. I don't like to set hard rules because really it depends on levels, Yeah, the Discord call will be so much better, John, because it'll be live, right? None of this delay, but I'd like to get up to at least 25 or 30 people on the subscribing, right? And then Steam too. There's a lot of good options to be live for sure. So, but no, thanks guys. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll check out that money flow stuff, and I'll be on Discord later on today